Stories for Listening and Reading. Two Hungry Dogs, a traditional tale, retold by Carolyn Harnanen for Story Circles TT. One morning, just as the first cock-a-doodle-doos were beginning to fill the air, two hungry dogs were wandering through the empty main street of a small town. The leaner dog had a silvery grey coat and walked briskly. The other was like a square, with a head resembling a box with two antennae, and he ambled along, looking about him. They were about to greet each other when they spotted a loaf of bread lying beneath a shady tree. It was a coconut bake, cut through the middle and pasted with butter, and its aroma was delightful. Friendship forgotten, they both pounced upon it at the same time. "I saw it first, so it's mine," claimed Mr. Lean. Mr. Square said, "I put my paw on it first, therefore it belongs to me." The two dogs snapped and growled and gnashed their teeth at each other, but neither would stand down. Then they began to bark. A terribly shrill ruckus ensued. This awakened a monkey who was napping on a high branch of the tree. He sat up and observed the quarrel. Neither dog would back down, but neither really wanted to hurt the other. Finally, Mr. Square grew tired. He said, "Let's divide it into two and take one piece each." "Indeed, a good idea," said Mr. Lean, who had begun to pant from exertion. "But how do we divide it?" The monkey smiled to himself. "That bread actually looks like a feast for a king. I could do with it myself," he thought. Slowly the monkey came down from the tree and walked up to the two hungry dogs. "My dear friends, can I help you?" he asked. Mr. Square, who was normally very chatty, told him their problem. The monkey pretended to consider the situation. He frowned as if in deep concentration. Mr. Lean, who was by then quite ravenous, said, "Friend, please, divide this loaf equally between the both of us." The clever monkey replied, "Of course, I'd be happy to." Smilingly he broke the bread into two pieces, but one piece was clearly larger than the other. "Oh no!" he exclaimed in dismay. "Well, I will take a little bite of this bigger piece to make sure they're both the same." He opened his jaws as wide as he possibly could and sank his teeth into the soft, delicious bread. "Uh-oh, now this piece is smaller than the other piece. I will just have to take a little bite from this one now," said the sly monkey. And he took another bite. The two dogs prowled around the monkey, seeing the loaf of bread they had discovered getting smaller and smaller. When the whole loaf was eaten, the trickster said, "I am sorry. It was really difficult to divide that loaf. I must be going now." The monkey swiftly leapt up onto the tree and disappeared into its lush foliage. Mr. Lean and Mr. Square barked furiously at him, but their effort was entirely futile. "If only we had not been so rash, we would not now be hungry," said the two disappointed dogs.